You're listening to the Back Home Network, presented by Home Field Apparel.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. I win. Google me.
Jared, you better yell! Show me the money! Show me the money!
Pay that man his money.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
All right, folks. James, welcome back. CrimsonCASH week 2. Let's go.
We went 12-6 last week against the spread, so that's pretty damn good, people.
Not bad. Texas was not our friends. Arch Manning did not help us out, but I had, unfortunately, Texas money line on a lot of bets that crushed me last week.
I did too. So
yeah, I also got crushed on. I bet a lot of Indiana futures and like Indiana point spreads in the first half and the first quarter, and it was like it was like Indiana plus like 8.5 in the first quarter, and the minute that first play happened, I'm like, oop, this is going to get tough. And then we drive the ball and don't get in, and then we fumble. It's like, oop, I'm not sure how we scored 17 points in 2 minutes.
I was able to get the Hoosiers minus 3.5 first half line, first half spread. And so I won that. And then I bet the winnings on the Hoosiers to cover 13.5, which they did not. Yeah, that was about the only action I had on that game.
Yeah. All right, let's and then Keegan, your son, we renamed it Keegan Slice of the Pie. Thank you to AI for helping us really name that correctly. But Keegan Slice of the Pie, the bet for that was?
It was Texas money line.
That's what won. So Keegan did not get.
So no pizza for the boy. Yeah.
Did he send us a picture of what he ate instead? His ramen?
No. I think he went to Chick-fil-A instead. So it's not like he's really roughing it.
Dude, we need a picture of what he eats, whether it be pizza or not. So let him know that's part of his homework assignment. If he wants to continue this sponsorship with our podcast, he's got to do that.
We will absolutely make that happen.
Okay. Speaking of sponsorships, don't forget Home Field Apparel, our the presenting sponsor for the Back Home Network. Check them out online. Use the promo code HOME23 for 15% off your first purchase. And if you're listening to this on Thursday, come to the Buzzkirk Chumley tomorrow night. Check out Galen and I. We are doing a live CrimsonCASH. James was not invited. He's still sour about it. So he'll be outside throwing tomatoes at us. But hey, that's fun too. Come check us out. Doors open at 6:30. Show starts at 7. Mitchell Page will be there. I think Griffin Gonzalez will be there. It's going to be a fun time. And the place next to it, they're making cake. There's going to be cake. CrimsonCASH cake for us as well.
I heard about the cake. That's exciting.
Yeah, it's exciting. Red velvet cake. I'm in.
I will be at the game on Saturday, though. So I will be coming to Bloomington with my stepdaughter for the game.
I will be there. Text me. I'll be there as well.
Excellent. I'll be at Galen's.
Right. Let's go to our picks this week. We're not going to save Indiana for last because it's kind of it's just, it's not exciting. But we'll start when the Big Ten season starts, getting Indiana as our last pick. But all right, first off, we have Northern Illinois going to Maryland.
And football. Nice. That's what Maryland does.
Northern Illinois barely escaped from Holy Cross last week. Now, one thing we need to keep in mind here on week 2, don't overreact to week 1. But right. I've overreacted a lot here, I think. Maryland absolutely handed it to FAU last week, so I don't see any problem with them covering this spread. NIU did not look good.
Yeah. All right, next up, we have Miami of Ohio going to New Jersey to wake up some morning and maybe not get a gum, but maybe they need to. New Jersey, who knows? But they're playing Rutgers in New Jersey. Rutgers is a 15.5-point favorite.
Well, I don't know about them getting a gun, but they're definitely going to run. There's going to be a lot of running in this game. There's not going to be a lot of passing.
Singing the lyrics song in the background. That's what I was doing.
So Rutgers didn't cover against Ohio last week, but I think Miami of Ohio is not as good of a team as Ohio, and Rutgers seemed plucky enough that I think they're probably winning this by 17.
All right, next up, our on fire Indiana Hoosiers.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. I win. Google me.
We're playing that twice because I like playing that. Indiana is home to Kennesaw State. They are a 35.5-point favorite.
Okay. last week was a mirror image of week 1 from last year.
Right.
And that's been talked about a lot. Maybe not a mirror, but it's pretty darn close, right? So I think we're going to have a repeat of week 2 from last year where we just go crazy bonkers and blow the doors off somebody. I think Kennesaw State's in for a world of hurt. The look on Signetti's face on that sideline during the game last week tells me everything I need to know about what Hoosier team I think I'm going to see this Saturday. So I am very, very excited for a huge blowout.
Yeah, I hope you're right.
I'm thinking like 49-7.
Yeah, I mean, I hope you're right, but I've also been talking to people. It's like in the end, none of this matters. It all comes down to the Illinois game. Not that you lose, it's over. But it's like if we lose to Illinois, you could look back and be like, man, there's some things we should have been looking at. If we beat Illinois, it's like none of this matters.
Well, I don't know that none of it matters. You have to beat Illinois. I mean, that's a must-win game.
It would definitely be helpful.
There's something to be said for style points in these games. I mean, didn't we drop in the rankings after winning? So there's something to be said for that, and that was one of the things that was always in our favor last year. Was we just ran up the score on shitty teams. We got to do that again on Saturday.
We have a no line here for Northwestern and is that Wilmington?
Western Illinois Leathernecks.
Yeah, Western Illinois Leather. So no line there.
FCS schools, you won't get a line until the day of the game. So we've got a few games like that this week. Where a lot of Big Ten teams are playing their SEC October games. So.
All right, the aforementioned Illinois. This is the game they need to win if they want to come in at 4-0 to that game against Indiana. So Illinois.
Oh, it's like we had an Illinois song.
That was yours.
I forgot about that.
We need more teams. We have some teams we don't have songs for, but we have Illinois. All right, they're playing at Duke. Duke is a 3-point underdog at home.
This line seemed a little off to me. I thought Illinois was going to be a bigger favorite in this game. I do think that they probably handle Duke and cover this 3 points. It seems pretty low to me. I really like that.
Yeah, I do too. I like them to cover that,
and I kind of hope they win. I don't want them to have a loss going into the
coming in. I want them in the top 10. All right, next up we have Iowa, a team we don't have a song for. So there you go, people out there in Twitter Nation, give us a song. Iowa at Iowa State. Iowa State is a 3-point favorite at home.
I mean, it's a rivalry game, so it's going to be close. I mean, that over-under sitting there at 41.5. It seems pretty that's pretty high for an Iowa game. I mean, historically, that is pretty high for an Iowa game. But they do seem to be throwing the ball more this year. At least that's, I guess, their plan. But they couldn't cover against the Danes of Albany last week. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Cyclones to cover in the rivalry game. I'd rather this be 2.5.
Yeah. Penn State is hosting Florida International. Penn State is a 41.5-point favorite.
Yeah, I don't feel good about this. I put money on all of these. So I combined like all of these bets that I'm giving today, and I put $1.25 free bet that I had on them. So if that wins, I win $5,000. This is the one that probably worries me the most. I don't think Penn State actually covers this, but they probably will. Now that I said that, I would stay away from betting this, but I'm going to go ahead and pick them to cover.
I hate these big lines. It's just no fun either way.
Yeah.
Minnesota is hosting, was it
Northwestern State?
Yeah, no line, so stay away from that. All right, next up, we have Oklahoma State is going to Oregon. Get some DuckTales going on. Oregon is a 28.5-point favorite at home.
Yeah, a point makes all the difference here, I think. And Oregon could still easily cover this 28.5, but that's just a little bit too much for me. So I'm going to take Mike Gundy, who's a man, to cover the over 4 touchdowns.
Oklahoma State is the team that I'm playing right now in one of my NCAA football dynasties.
Nice. You just scream like a madman the entire time?
It's a fun home stadium. Yeah.
Nice.
Although I joined with my brother-in-law and a couple of his friends, and every year, like normally I get pretty good at the game pretty quickly. So we normally pick like bad teams or teams that have fun stadiums to play in, but no one's ever picking a good team. And then his friends, it's like they get Michigan and Notre Dame. It's like, dude, like I'm good at the game, but like year one, it's really tough to beat. So I lost the national championship. It sucked. Anyway. Ohio State is hosting Grambling. There's no spread on this game. Arch Manning is not there, so you can't bet against Ohio State. And I wouldn't touch this game. Wisconsin is hosting the Missouri, Mississippi,
Middle Tennessee State University.
Yeah, I was like, I knew it. I knew them from college basketball. Wisconsin is a 28.5-point favorite at home.
Yeah, MTSU is terrible, absolutely dreadful. But I'm not sure Wisconsin's 4 touchdowns better than anybody. Maybe they'll prove me wrong, but I didn't see it last week against Miami. So I'm going to take a boatload of points here.
All right, we go to Purdue. And honestly, it feels like Purdue not having a spread on a game at home is kind of a win. Like, this is almost a win for a Purdue team. Is like if they win one game, it's like maybe they won 1.5 games. So there was a game this season where there wasn't a line when lines were out. Like that's kind of a win that they like Purdue's good enough to be at that point as a team. So like let's give it to them.
A night game at Ross-Ade Stadium too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. No line there. That's probably a win for them. They actually, I mean, they looked pretty good against Ball State. So I mean, take that for what it's worth. It's Ball State. But yeah, they covered with ease.
We have Michigan playing at Oklahoma. I'm curious, James. We have songs for teams. Should we put Mr. Brightside for Michigan here? Or like all of our songs are kind of either making fun of or of the area. Like that's the song Michigan has like gotten into playing it. Like, could Mr. Brightside be our Michigan song? Or what do you think?
No, we don't want anything they'd like.
That's a fair point.
If you're a fan of that team, you should hear the song and not like it. Unless you're Oregon, which if you don't like the Duck Bus theme song.
What if we play the Let's Go Sloopy song that from Ohio State for Michigan because they hate?
Okay, that I don't mind that.
It's getting too meta, probably.
Yeah, a little meta.
Oklahoma is a 5.5-point favorite at home against Michigan.
This is the slice of the pie game of the week right here.
All right, Keegan, slice of the pie is this game right here.
The poll is live on X right now. You can choose Michigan to cover 5.5, Oklahoma to cover 5.5, or you can choose the over/under on the 45.5 points. I think Boomer Sooner wins at home by a touchdown. So that's what I'm going with.
I also, if you are a VIP Substack subscriber, you got to post about this. So sign up for that. But if not, I will give you the general ideas. I went through, at least for the next couple of weeks, I'm looking at every team ranked above us in the rankings to see whether they could win or lose and how that might affect Indiana's rankings, considering Indiana's probably going to be 2-0 in their next 2 weeks and be 3-0. This is a big game for Indiana's rankings. It's probably the only one we're going to have a loss. I mean, they're both ranked above us. So one of them is going to lose, obviously. But I do think there's a world where if Oklahoma wins, Michigan could still be ranked above us, just based on name recognition and the way that the polls seem to not like IU. If Michigan wins, Oklahoma will, by all accounts, should definitely be below us because they are ranked 18th and 24th in the AP and the coaches. So
unless it's a 3-touchdown outcome, both of those teams stay ranked ahead of us next week.
No way if Oklahoma loses. Right.
Their name's Oklahoma. That's all people look at. I mean, have we not learned this yet? It's going to take a while before we see Indiana get actually any respect. So
we're ranked ahead of them right now in the coaches. So they're not going to lose and jump us. We are 23rd in the AP. They're 18th. I think we would jump them in the AP.
Wonder if you could bet on that. Probably not.
It's probably like a poly market or one of those crazy betting sites. All right. Nebraska is at home for Akron. Nebraska is a 34.5-point favorite.
Yeah. Akron's not great either. But that's just too many points. So yeah, I'm gonna take a ton of points there.
Michigan State's at home. They are a 3.5-point favorite for Boston College.
This is one where I tried not to overreact from last week because Michigan State did look pretty good.
Yeah.
Especially on offense. I really liked what they had going on, but I think BC over a field goal, I like that. Anything under, I'd probably take Michigan State to cover.
This is one, man. This is a game that I'd stay away from. I don't know
Yeah,
whether
it's
that was
tough.
Michigan State looking good or was that just a bad opponent. Like Michigan State could be, Jonathan Smith's their coach, right? He's a good coach from all. Like this is a game I have no feel for. I would stay away from this one.
Yeah, the coaches, I think he's going to get things turned around there eventually. And unfortunately, I think Purdue's coach is probably going to be able to get the Boilers back to respectability.
Can't be any worse. All right, next up, we go out. Go out to California. USC is hosting, was it Georgia Southern? Jacko?
Georgia Southern.
USC is a 28.5-point favorite at home.
Yeah, they covered a huge spread last week. I think it was like 34.5. And I expect them to cover this one too. Home game, an afternoon game in Los Angeles. Georgia Southern has no chance.
All right, our last two. Keep on playing California. We got UCLA going to UNLV. Man, this would be a great basketball game from the early 90s. UNLV is a 2.5-point underdog at home.
UNLV has not been impressive looking. UCLA certainly was not impressive looking against Utah. We called that on Crimson Cash last week. But I think that the Bruins probably bounce back. Look, a Big Ten team should be winning this game. Any Big Ten team should be able to go on the road and win at Nevada, Las Vegas. It should be a requirement to be in the league. So they need to take care of business and go win this game. I think even Purdue could win at UNLV.
That's saying a lot. All right, last up we have Washington hosting. Man, this is like taxing my knowledge of small college teams. UCD it's not Colgate, but it looks like a Colgate logo with an
University of California, Davis.
All right, there you go. Washington. Oh, there's no spread here, so there you go.
Yep, another FCS school.
Okay,
that's why these are tougher for you to figure out.
Yeah. I'm not even looking at it. I didn't look at the spread. No spread.
Logo though. I wonder what the A is for. It's probably
that's what threw me off. I mean, the
are they the anteaters?
Well, then just have a picture of the anteater. That's a great logo.
Yeah,
no, the anteaters. I don't know. We're gonna stop talking, so we're gonna say something stupid. Okay, so Keegan's slice of the pie. We need to get a logo for that. I'm gonna get on that. We'll have that. We are up for slice of the pie songs, but Keegan's slice of the pie is, let's get the right one here. Nope, it is. Go through my decks. There we go. Michigan and Oklahoma. So the slice of the pie bet, you can bet on one of the four. Michigan and Oklahoma. You can do money line, or you can do Michigan plus 5.5, or Oklahoma negative 5.5. Remember, that's whether Keegan gets pizza money this weekend or not. Last weekend, he did not win, and so he ate Chick-fil-A, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, he ended up with getting a hot dog, I think.
Lame. No picture. I assume he didn't eat. So, Keegan, if you're listening, send a picture no matter what. All right, last off, we're going to finish off with our Hoosier hot streak.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. I win. Google me.
As had been brought up a couple times on Twitter, we really have kind of screwed around with this. We're not quite sure what the hell we're doing. Let's make this a little bit more simplistic here. One bet has to be on the Hoosiers, and it has to be a positive bet. So it's either a money line win or it's them covering the spread. Because there's some games like when they play Oregon where it's like, maybe you don't think they're going to win the game, but then you got to bet them to cover the spread. So I think it's got to be one of those two. We can't be betting against Indiana here. The idea is that Hoosiers are hot and you're going to do a bunch of money line or cover the spread bets. So I think that's the key, is one of them has to be a money line or Indiana covering the line bet. Does that sound good?
Okay.
And then on top of that, you have to layer, let's just say, money line bets. Like, ideally, this is always a money line bet, but it's like that would be Indiana always winning. You can't do that.
Well, it's really hard, like, before we get into conference season, because the money lines are just so wacky right now, you know?
That's fine.
So that's what makes it a little tougher until we get into conference season. Once we get into conference season, we can do money lines all day long. I think anybody who follows me on X or listens to this knows I love a good parlay of a bunch of money lines. So, yeah,
so
I'm totally.
We had Indiana and we had Wisconsin, right? So we won. Didn't win a lot, but we won. All right, so this week, what we're going to bet Indiana money line, cover the spread, and then what are the two you're going to layer on top of it?
Take Rutgers and Maryland both to win there.
Okay. Oh, right here.
We'll get you all on this page. Just do Maryland and Rutgers money lines, and then take the Hoosiers minus 35.5.
Oh, so Hoosiers got to cover.
You can take them at 34.5. I give you permission to buy a point.
Fair enough, but not money line. They got to cover.
Not
that.
Money line. Nope. We're gonna have at least 34.5.
Okay.
So you know what? Go ahead and buy that point. Do yourself a favor, kids.
Okay. So 34.5, and then money line Rutgers and money line Maryland.
Yep, and I'll get that posted on X as well.
All right, and then there will be a poll on not only James's X page, which is at CrimsonCASH260, but also on this spot. If you're watching this via Spotify, scroll down a little bit. There's a poll. A lot of people answered last week. I appreciate that. And then if you want to put it on YouTube, just put it in the comments in YouTube, and James will collect all of those. And then on Friday, he will place the bet, and then Keegan will figure out whether he's getting money for the weekend for pizza or not.
And I just checked the poll on X, and we are currently 50-50 split between Oklahoma and Michigan spreads. So no over-under bets yet.
Okay. I like spread. I
think most people prefer spread betting.
Yeah, spread's way more fun. So, all right, James, as always, great times. I appreciate it. I want to thank everybody for listening. We should have an outro. We're trying something new, a little production here, so we'll see if it works. If not, this is going to be just a hard stop. But James, good stuff, and I'll see you on Saturday, and we'll talk to you next week.
Sounds great. See everybody at the game on Saturday.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Thank you for listening to Crimson Cash, a proud podcast of the Back Home Network.
Queen. Yes, sir. You gotta love this town.